Well, good time zone friends. And we are back with some more A Stardew Valley. This is quiet, this is chill, this is, nothing particularly. OBS, can you not? Yeah, it's like, I don't feel like listening. Alright, buddy, I'll fix you later. I was trying to get it to do a thing, and it's just like, no, I don't feel like it. But, yeah, hello and welcome back. We're just gonna grab right into this. It's gonna be a rainy day tomorrow. That's very nice. Gonna come outside and check our mail. Oh, dear Sigil, have you settled into your new life yet? I can't believe you're all grown up now. Time sure flies. Now that you're gone, I have all this extra money lying around, so I included a little gift. Love, Dad. 500 gold. Heck yeah. This is one of those weird, like, things are happening and it's really funny. Oops. There we go. Yeah, my dad's just randomly got 500 gold laying around now because I don't live with him, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Why is this not coming through? Is the game's sounds not coming through at all? I'm feeling like I'm not seeing that thingamajigger. Oh boy. Well, we might be without some desktop audio because I don't know what is happening. So, go figure. Let's see. We got another letter from Robin. Robin here. I know there's a lot of stone scattered around your farm. If you have a surplus, you might consider having me build a well for you. Wells can be placed all over your farm and serve as convenient places to refill your watering can. Just swing by my shop, 75 stones and 1,000 gold when you're ready for it. Robin. So this kind of goes back to something I was talking about before. Um, with what am I thinking of? I was talking about like the way the map works and everything, and how in the old version of this map there was a pond up here, and it was always really funny. And now the pond's over here, and the reason I use this map is because it's just got the one pond here. I'm actually going to refill my watering can. Now that I think about it, because the other maps, like your actual just basic standard farm map, has this huge piece right in the middle of it that like completely interrupts the flow of everything. Um just for the sake of like, having something in the middle, and it's like why? Why is that a thing when I can have all the wells, and like have them be placed around? I'm just trying to trim back some of this. Cuz yeah, this stuff goes bonkers. Okay. What do I want to do today? What do I want to do today? I guess I'll take today easy and just kind of keep on clearing out some stuff because that's just an easy way to do things. Like I was saying before, kind of mostly to get rid of these trees, honestly, because they are the biggest pain. Also, yes, hello, kitty. Do not worry, the kitty will not be harmed by the falling tree. I promise. Ding. There we go. So we'll just do that real quick. So yeah, we'll use up what energy I have trying to take care of some of these trees. Just before, before they get like this, or even just the full grown. Get rid of the full grown ones so they're not dropping seeds. Get rid of the small ones so that way they're not, doing whatever. Nope. Come back here, you. There we go. This is just, like I said, super chill, super easy. Gonna be nice and quick about this. Thank you. The trees also, like, obscure the view of things. So it is nice to have them gone so you can kind of have a flat idea of, like, what you're looking at. So, it's another reason to just get rid of these buggers. Yeah. And then we'll see if my cat is inclined to join me this evening. It has been very, very cold out recently. And actually last year I bought a heated blanket. Oh, fine, I'll leave this done. Last year I bought a heated blanket, mostly for me. But there were a lot of days when I have a thing under my desk that, like, lets me put my feet up. And so I kind of put my feet up and my legs are, you know, straightened out. And she'll just kind of crawl in there and nestle down and slowly sink until the heat blanket is just enveloping her like a hammock. And it's like, yes. That's a, that's a whole thing that happens. So, you know how it be. If you own cats, you know how that be. You know exactly how that be. Throw this stuff in here. And I'm actually going to take a hot second and go looking at the wiki page. Grab Robin's shop real quick. Where's the carpenter shop, please and thank you. I don't know off the top of my head what the cost of stuff is. Okay, a coop is 4,000. We've got that. It's also gonna cost me 300 wood and 100 stone. I don't quite have enough stone, but if I go clear out the stone tomorrow from that area, I should be able to put my first coop over there. Which would honestly be amazing. So, you know, we'll see how that ends out. Just gonna play with the music for a hot minute, because now that it's kicking in. We got that going down. We're just gonna make a very quick run into town and see if anyone needs help. Oh, look at that. There's a help wanted notice. Looking to dissect green bean. Okay, so I'm not growing green beans this season. Generally speaking, I don't grow anything in the first spring that isn't like the parsnips and the cabbage seeds that you get from the museum. So I'm actually not going to take that one, because I just don't have green beans on hand. And I'm not going to, because I don't grow them in this season. So we're going to make a run to the museum, because remember we got this rusted hog the other day. So we're going to go turn that in. And donate. We're going to stick this over here for now. And of course I'm going to go into my trusty notepad. Whee! And find the rusted hog. Take it off my list. Because as I've said previously, I do in fact keep a list. Just so, you know, things can happen. So I can keep an eye on what I do and don't have and things like that. And we're actually gonna go home through the mountain, see if I can explore a little bit, because I need to find a leek. These are always the biggest, like, leeks and horseradishes in the spring are the worst to try to find, right? like, I feel like they spawn so rarely, and they do in, like, the weirdest places, so they're just difficult to find. And it's like, yeah, that's not awesome. I don't want to do that. And then there's one, of course. This is something that has happened to me repeatedly that I think is really funny. I will go to complain about something, and be like, oh yeah, this takes forever, that takes forever, like I can never find these, and then like it happens, right? Why are there some? Okay, well now there's just a ton of them. Game. Oh, hold on, that's my Liliana. Hold on. Hey, I am so sorry about that. That is my cat deciding that she wants to go somewhere she knows she shouldn't be. And of course, because I made it difficult for her to get up there, her attempting to get up there is loud and draws my attention. And then I have to, go try to stop her. So, it's not fun. It's not fun. I wish she would not, like, be stupid. But of course, she's a cat. So she is. It's not helpful. It's just not helpful. But yeah, like I said, this is something that happens quite frequently where I will go to complain about something and that seems to like magically make it work somehow. I'm not sure how. Um Another game that I'm super duper in love with is Final Fantasy 14, which is the current MMO that they're doing. And I was actually giggling the other day because I had been in the queue for a dungeon for like 15 minutes almost. And I was kind of talking in my free company chat, and I was like, they're like, "Whoa, what are you trying to get into?" And I'm like, "Oh, like whatever it was. I don't remember what it was anymore." And I was like, "I've been waiting like 15 minutes." And of course, as soon as I hit enter on the I've been waiting 15 minutes, like it popped. And I was like, "Oh, there we go." But anyway, the leek was the last thing I needed for the spring bundle in the crafts room. I got some spring seeds out of it. That's gonna be nice. And that is gonna open up some of the other spaces. So there's the space up there, and there's gonna be the fishing. The fish one is the one I want. So this one up here is going to be crops, animal products, fall crops, summer crops, the quality crops, and then of course the artisan bundle, which is one of the biggest pains. And the fish one will actually come back to that because I'm going to run this back to the farm. I'm going to run back and drop off these spring seeds, and then I'm going to go grab all those fish I was keeping. Because that's where they go. If they have a little tooltip on them, that's where they end up. That's actually pretty neat. And the community center is a pretty big, like, this is the thing that everybody wants to do. It for the longest time it was considered kind of the end goal of the game. Now you've got some stuff beyond that, like Ginger Island and what have you. But yeah, for the very longest time. Let's take this one. And this one. And this one. Did I not have a crab? Or did the crab end up in here? The crab ended up in here. It was like, wait a second now. But yeah, like until Ginger Island stuff, completing the community center was considered sort of the end goal of the game. And now you've got the Ginger Island patch and all that. And actually, so one of the things is that he put out this huge patch with Ginger Island, and everybody was super excited. And they were like, "Oh yeah, Stardew Valley's going to get more big patches like this. We're going to get more, late game content. We're going to get more whatever." And in actuality, it seems like he's Concerned Ape, who makes this game, plays things pretty close to the vest. He does not talk very much about what he's doing, or things like that. Um so it can be kind of difficult to know like what's happening sometimes. And this anchovy goes in the I already put one somewhere apparently. That's fair. um the anchovy end up in the hold on. Could have sworn anchovies had a thing on there. I guess not. But yeah, so a lot of us like didn't really know what was happening right before the Ginger Island update came out. Like it kind of dropped out of nowhere, honestly, from what I remember about it. So we were all kind of holding our breath, like what's next for Stardew Valley, and Concerned Ape, who made Stardew Valley, has actually announced a new game called the Haunted Chocolatier. And I remember like all the Stardew Valley people were freaking out the day it was announced. So we're looking forward to that, and I think that means that he's stopped development on Stardew Valley, probably. Which I admit some people, myself included, are a little sad about. And it's not that I don't like the mods that are for Stardew Valley, because there's like Stardew Valley Expanded, which is this huge add-on mod. There's all kinds of crazy cool stuff like that, but my perspective is that people who are playing on a console, so people who are playing on their PlayStations or their Xboxes or their Switches or whatever, don't really have the option to mod things, because that's just not what's built into whatever's happening to it's not built into consoles, basically. So they don't have a choice. And it feels weird that um like people who are on PC, get access to all these mods to make all these games better, and people who oh, I smelted a copper bar. Let me nope. Interesting. But yeah, people who are stuck on consoles like don't have the mods, so it's a whole thing. So it's gonna be a sunny day tomorrow. This is doing weird shit where it's not recognizing the copper bar that I smelted. It used to. I don't know why it's not. I guess I had another anchovy somewhere, so I've just got the one now. I sold the extra yesterday. You guys saw that. And of course, I keep forgetting the chub is for the field research bundle, not one of the fishing based bundles. So that's a whole thing. Um, so yeah, and actually, so I'm gonna run over here and I'm gonna clean out some of these rocks and like some of this like smaller debris here, and probably take down a couple more trees, because if I can get up enough stone, um, then we can actually get that first coop built, which is gonna be really nice, honestly, because that is the gateway to starting to make like just an absolute ton of money. Um, and in all honesty, if like making money's the only thing that you care about, if you're just going for, pure profit on this, you don't want coops, you want the barns, and you want pigs, because the pigs dig up truffles, which in and of themselves sell for quite a bit of money, but also you can turn that into truffle oil, which sells for an absolute ton. Um, my housemate was showing me somebody's screenshot, I want to say from like a Stardew Valley subreddit or something, and they like it showed that they made like 2 million in one night. And it's like, to me that's insane, but also I'm willing to bet that's a farm full of um a farm full of like nothing but barns, you know, and like what have you. Because what some people do, and I honestly think this is kind of smart too, just a tiny bit, um, because the normal sheds just kind of aren't that big. They will put the relevant artisan good makers in the building. So like if I have a coop full of chickens, for example, um, I just put 12 mayonnaise makers in the deluxe coop and call it a day. And especially people with automate will do that, and I think that's kind of smart. Um, but I have another mod, and I want to say it's the animal sitter one. If you guys want a full list of all the mods that I've got, you can check out the description below. I went ahead and just made a list of all the mods that I'm currently using, um, listed by name. You can just go to Nexus and like search them, and they'll come up and everything. But I'm pretty sure it's the animal sitter mod, where I can just push one button, and if my animals have anything to give me, voila, there we go. Because I think I ended up calculating at some point, and it's like I would have over 100 animals. I think it was like 144 or something like that. That is too many animals to every single day be going through and petting and harvesting from. That is so much time that just gets wasted trying to do that. It's absolutely bonkers. So the animal sitter just lets me grab one button, push the button, and there all my animals are happy. And honestly, I'm here for it. So yeah, we're just gonna run back up this way. Bibbity bop. Try to run this way. I'm going as fast as I can. And we're gonna swing down here into Robin's. Okay, she is here. We're gonna have you construct a farm building, construct a coop, and now we get into this fun little piece where it's like, hey, where do you want to put that coop? It's like, I'm gonna put it. So my usual measurement is, see where those red squares are? I can't put that there. So we're gonna do this. So it's 3. I'm gonna bring it down to a second 3, a third 3. I'm gonna 1, 2, and 3. And put right there. And so what's actually going to go behind there are the silos, which you need the silos to store the hay that if you get, when you start upgrading the coops and stuff, you get the auto feeder. And that's where it'll draw from. It'll draw hay from silos to feed them. Because if you don't have a silo, then you can't feed them without like going and, because right now I'm cutting this grass and it's not doing anything. If I had a silo and there's space in the silo, it would be converting this grass into hay. So actually I got to get that coop built and then I have to get a silo built. And the silos are here. Whee! 100 stone, 10 clay, and 5 copper bars. And so I don't have the requisite clay. Clay is always the weird one. Because it's like, how the heck are you supposed to get that much clay? Like, what even is happening? But oh gosh, I have to swing into town. No, I can't. I think I can. I think I could talk to Robin and she'll show me what she's got for sale. In vanilla, you cannot buy the clay. You have to find it and hope you're lucky. And that always sits really weird with me. Especially when it's a component for something as important as the silos. Because like I said, without the silos, you can't feed your animals. And the important thing to note, obviously, is that in all seasons but winter, your animals will go outside, and if there's grass on the ground, they'll eat it, and they won't eat the hay. So they'll only eat the hay if they didn't manage to get outside, if it's raining, if it's winter, all the crazy stuff like that. So it's so, like, bizarre to me that for something so important they require so much clay. Yeah, I can buy clay from Robin and hardwood, because I have a mod that modifies her inventory. Because, like, hardwood too, that is something you need so much of. And it was always kind of bizarre to me that you, like, just couldn't buy it from Robin's shop. Because you can buy wood and stone. And from Clint's I can buy, copper, iron, and gold ore, and then the coal, right? You can't buy iridium ore, from him normally, I think, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, why? Like, why? Basically. I'm just questioning, why? So yeah, it's a whole, like, weird, thing that is happening. So, like I said, mods. But, again, I feel weird about those because people who are on console can't usually get them. So, yes, now you want to... Well, okay. She was going to join me in my chair. And then the cat was like, no. It's going to be a sunny day, and we got the rerun, which is going to be stir fry. So, that's a cool thing about the Queen of Sauce. The original episodes do air on Sundays, but if you miss, the reruns run on Wednesdays. I think it's actually really cool. So we're just gonna, like, this, and try to pull some of this grass away. This grass is completely out of control. But I do love it. I honestly do. Get my sword out, because we're gonna head for the mines today. Let me say hello to my kitty. My in-game kitty. And then if we run this way... There's Robin! Building the coop. So, that's actually really cool. I do enjoy that. Then you can just kind of walk over there and, like, see her doing that. So we're gonna walk back, because we're gonna run through town first and see if there's a help wanted thing. And that's gonna be something that I'm probably gonna do for a little while. Gonna try to make that into a daily habit. Because like I said, if you complete these and help the villagers, it increases their standing with you, and you need that for the golden chickens late game. And also it just makes it easier as opposed to other things. Oh, it is Vincent's birthday. Do I have anything? Dandelion. Okay, so Carolyn wants a dandelion, and let me see if I can grab Vincent from the wiki for a hot second. What do you like? Oh, ginger ale grape. Okay, nothing I can get my hands on. Daffodils. Alright, so you're a daffodil boy. And Carolyn wants a dandelion. So we're gonna head down this way and see if we can find some. Because I have been silly and not keeping my extras in case of gifts. There we go. So that's been silly of me. See if we can find some down here. I'm actually gonna feel bad if I can't. Hello. So that's the dandelion. It's for Carol. I'm gonna grab this while I'm here. I'm gonna grab everything. I really need to learn to start keeping my copies. Because this is insanity. Why am I finding like 3 dandelions? Why? Although since we're down here, I'm also gonna swing through and see if I can find the I think they're called spring onions? Question mark? This goes down really far. I remember that letter I got about the hats. So that's this guy. And Sue Wester. God. Yeah, so based on like achievements that I pick up, he'll sell different hats. I'm not interested in most of them usually. I actually kind of forget he exists most of the time, which I feel a little bad about, but it's like woodpecker, another horseradish. I feel like I say that funny, and it's like, There's no spring onions today. I found the dandelion that Caroline wants, but I can't find the daffodil for Vincent. Oh, this is what I get for not keeping my copies, y'all. Because I'm willing to bet there's not going to be any up in the mountains. If I go looking, there's just not going to be any. And I'm going to be a little screwed out of giving him a gift today. Let's see. Yep, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, the mountains are kind of my last hope, y'all. But, there's a leaf. Not what I'm looking for, but hey. I know stuff can kind of spawn over here sometimes. Like over by the Adventurers Guild. Look. There is nothing. This is what I get for, like, making the commentary earlier. Like, oh yeah, dandelions and daffodils are, like, the most common thing. I find them everywhere, and I have trouble finding the horseradishes and the leeks. And the game's like, oh really? Bet? And I'm just stuck sitting here going, what? Really? Come on. Yeah, there's gonna be another horseradish. And another leek. But no dandelion. What else? Coconut, which, Universal neutrals. Let's see what's in these. Clam, coral, nautilus, rainbow shell, truffle, wheat, wool, rose, squid egg, duck feather. gosh, yeah, stuff that I just can't get my hands on. There's some universal lights. That I can't get my hands on. All foraged minerals, except quartz, which varies by villager. All gems, except the prismatic shard, which is universally loved. All vegetables, including the fiddlehead fern, but except hops, tea leaves, and wheat, which are universally neutral. Oh man, just a whole bunch of stuff that I can't get my hands on this early in the game. So that's gonna be something, I suppose. Again, it's like, game, really, you did this to me, and it's just dumb. Right, I'm just gonna grab some wood to make another chest. All the chests, honestly. I have a mineral. It's a universal light. It's better than nothing. I think I also have a bunch of quartz, but it says the berries. I have an extra dandelion. This is the only smart thing I've done so far. Yep. So we're just gonna stick this here by my bed. Throw all my extras into it. Grab this earth crystal. Where in the world is Vincent? Vincent is at the library. Okay. So we're gonna take a swing to the library to give this to him. And because I spent all day looking for the... I forgot the dandelion to go give to Caroline. Of course I did, right? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't that be the thing I forget? And then of course short-term memory. I just forgot to put this in here. So we can stop by Pierre's to give this to Caroline. Swing down to the library to give a birthday gift to Vincent. And then we'll go into the mines. Which again is why I feel so heckin' lucky that I have the time stop in the mines mod, because otherwise I would just be so screwed. Because it's already like 1:30 p.m. Where's Caroline then? She's up here somewhere. I actually honestly like forget that it's closed on Wednesdays, because once you complete the community center, it's open all days. And again, I'm used to having the key to the city, which is a super late game item, or key to the town or whatever it's called, that lets me like enter buildings whenever the heck I want. Which I'm really glad they made that into a vanilla item. That's really cool. Because it works really well with another mod I have, which is called self-service shops. Second. Yay. Really, game? This game is a troll, I swear. Oh well, whatever. Is this gonna tell me I already gave him a gift? So, that's fun. That'll teach me. But, like I said, keep my extras now. Whatever. Yeah, I have a mod called Self-Service Shops. So, because one of the things that always annoys me, and this actually got to me in the original Harvest Moon games too, because without fail, in the original games, if your animals weren't fed every day, or if they got like trapped outside at night or whatever, or if you like didn't close the doors so they could wander outside when it was raining, like a whole bunch of nonsense like that, right? Your animals could get sick. It never failed. It never failed that my animals would get sick, and so I'd wake up in the morning and be like, oh heck, I need to go get them some medicine, and then the shop would be closed. And it's like, are you kidding me? Because the medicine was expensive, and especially in the early stages of the game, it's like, you know, this is a money sink, right? Like, it's not worth it to have this on hand, just taking up space in a storage chest and having spent the money on it if you're not going to use it right away. Like, later in the game, you know, sure, you can absolutely just stockpile all the medicine. Excuse me. All the medicine you needed. But in the early stages of the game, like, no. And so it would never ever ever fail that, like, I'd wake up and it would be like, oh, XYZ animal is sick. And it's like, okay, let's go get some medicine. Well, the store's closed. Or, like, you know, maybe I had bought one with, like, some spare money, but that wasn't enough, right? Like, 3 of my animals got sick and I need 2 more now, and it's like, oh my gosh. And before I got the self-service shop mod, before I really started modding this game at all, when I was still playing it, like, just plain vanilla, right? One of the things that used to happen, is that, so in the vanilla version, in the winters, what are you doing? Cat keeps jumping up on my chair, and then, like, immediately jumping down, and it's like, what is happening? Yeah, jump up and settle in, or jump off and stay off. I swear, cats. But anyway, in the winter, the grass doesn't stay. It all just completely dissolves. Not dissolves, but it dies. And trying to see if there's another one. The grass all dies. So you have to have enough silos to store up enough to make it through. Ooh. I am gonna donate that one though. To make it through the winter. And if you didn't, you know, if your stores weren't enough, or you get into spring and stuff starts happening, you know, let's say the first couple days of spring are rainy, right? I have had that happen straight out of a winter, and it's not awesome. But you can go to Marnie's shop and straight up buy the wheat. So if you don't have enough silo storage or whatever before winter hits, you can buy more from Marnie's shop and kind of, you know, top it up. And it would never, ever, ever fail that, like, I wouldn't have enough silo space for the winters, especially in the first winter. That's always, like, the rough one. And so I'd go to I'd be like, oh, you know, checking my, checking the levels and being like, oh, I've got 12 animals to feed, but only 8 pieces of, you know, wheat left. So I'll head to Marnie's tomorrow and buy more. Only to get to Marnie's and go, oh crap, it's closed. Because they're closed on certain days. Whee! Or worse yet, there are days when the house is open, so you can go walk into the house, right? You can go do whatever. But they're not at the counter. Robin and Marnie especially, like, they go to Caroline's to exercise some days. You know, things like that. And it's like, yeah, so the house is open so you can walk in and interact with other people who live there. You know, Robin's is open so you can go see Sebastian and everyone else and whatever. But it's like they're not at the counter, so their shop isn't open. And one day a week isn't, like, terrible for that to happen. I feel like that's fine. But, you know, they're closed a day a week, and then multiple days they are out of the shop for whatever reason. And when you're trying to buy stuff, that just gets really annoying really fast. So what I really like about the self-service shop mod is that as long as I can get to the counter, it's sort of rewritten the code so that way it'll just let me shop. And the reason I said, oh god, when I came down here, so these levels are spirals, it's gonna go around and slowly spiral inward. I don't have the patience for them. I really don't. I will just start destroying rocks at the outset. These spiral levels are the only ones where I will not go through the entire level to slay monsters and do whatever. Absolutely not happening. Hey! Steel small sword. 4 to 8 damage, which is still less than my Neptune's glaive. So off you go, buddy. We'll come back here tomorrow to fish. In this level I can catch ghost fish and stonefish. So special mine fish, woohoo. And I'm gonna take a drink before we go down a level. Because my throat is just flurring. Which, given last night, I fully understand. I run games of Dungeons and Dragons as well, and last night was a whole mood. The sign-off for the game was something like, I've given you all various levels of PTSD and like anxiety and PTSD, and I was like, yeah, I did. I was making everybody paranoid, and it was great. There's a lot of boxes and whatnots in the center. I know there are, but it's so annoying to get there, and in my opinion, like, the boxes in the center and what have you are not worth the effort it takes to get there. It's just not. It's not at all worth that effort. I hate everything about it. Okay, so rather than eat this seaweed, what I'm gonna do... Yes, I am eating the seaweed. I don't have enough bug meat. Because I gotta get rid of this big old rock here. Which is gonna take me a hot minute. But yeah, the spiraling levels do have, not chests. They have, like, the little wooden pieces that I've been breaking. There's a lot of those in the center. But for what the wooden boxes can contain, and for the effort it takes to get there, no. Just no. It's never worth the effort. At least not to me. Because, like, one of the big things is, like, I am a huge proponent of playing games the way that makes you comfortable. So if that means modding the game for, you know, making things easier. The way I did with, like, I was talking about the fishing mod earlier. Because I hate the game. I hate the fishing minigame. Like, can't stand it, right? If I mod that out, I think that's acceptable. So if that means, you know, playing games on easy mode, or modding the games to better fit, you know, in a way that makes it enjoyable for you. Like, however that means that you're playing games, I'm all for it. So, there's no right or wrong way to enjoy a video game. Unless you're, you know, obviously being, like, awful about it. But, yeah, video games are meant to be enjoyable and accessible. So do what you gotta about that. Because one of the things that I remember that was going around... I was actually somewhat upset about this as well. There is a game series I super enjoy called Dragon Age. Because it's Dragon Age. It's a very good series. And... one of the characters, Isabella, has darker colored skin. That's just the way that the game devs made her. And there's nothing wrong with that. But one of the mods that was getting passed around for a little while was I don't remember the exact name of the mod, but I think it was legitimately called like Lighter Skinned Isabella or something. And it completely whitewashed her. Like, it just unapologetically made her white instead of having like this darker skin tone. And a lot of people were very understandably upset about this, because she is meant to be a darker skinned character given like her history and where she's from and everything. So there was no reason to make this mod that like completely whitewashed her. And yes, hello. That's gonna be a kitty. Um, like I said, people were understandably very upset about this mod. So it's like, if you're doing stuff like that in a video game, like, or to a video game, if you're making mods like that, please stop. I'm gonna say right now, please stop. That's not cool. That's not acceptable. Same thing if you're making, obviously mods for like sexism and stuff like that. That's not cool. Don't do that. But otherwise, if you're modding a game and you're just having fun with it, or you're doing stuff to add things that you'd like to see, like, which I think is the purpose of the expanded Stardew Valley mod, was just like a whole bunch of stuff that person wanted to see in the game. Then, cool. Yes, good. Go ahead and do that. Anything else, though? No, knock it off. So I've learned my lesson. There's my daffodil. I'm gonna put this and this. And what I'm actually going to do, I think, is remove all of this. Put this stuff in here just to clear some space for a hot minute. I'm actually going to move this chest, because there was a thing before where if I pulled the copper bar out of the chest, like, it actually would recognize that, hey, you smelted this in the smelter. That must have changed with a recent update. That's the only explanation I have, honestly. So that it doesn't do that anymore. And I'm just gonna have to go about this the old-fashioned way. That's really all there is to that. So, hey, more mining proficiency. Woohoo! That's gonna give me a little bit for selling the amethyst and what have you. And then it's gonna sit here and load for a hot second. And the reason it sits on this black screen and takes a minute to load before it goes into the game the next day is because of that grass growing mod. So that is what it is. Whoops, not where I wanted to put that. Give me that. Stick this back here. That way it does the thing it's supposed to. Sunny day tomorrow. All right. So yeah, I got the thing for smelting the copper bar out of the way finally, and now I can just let the automate mod do what it does best. What do we got here? Missing. I lost my favorite axe. If you find it, please return it to me ASAP. I'm having a tough time without it. There's 250G in it for whoever finds the thing. Robin. So this is something that'll happen too. NPCs at various intervals, there's triggers for it, and I don't know if it's a certain day or if you meet like other certain requirements or whatever. But they'll mail you and be like, hey, I need help with such and such and such a thing. And there's no time limit on those. So there's no benefit to turning them down. You can just accept them and they'll sit in your journal until you complete them. Because I know there's one that's the mayor, and he's asking for truffle oil. And it usually comes pretty early, well before I even am thinking about getting pigs. Just as like, part of my personal whatever. And it's like, yeah, there's no point in turning that down. That'll just sit there until I have pigs and can get him the truffle oil. The other one is like Marnie. I was talking about this last episode, where the mayor is like, "Oh, I lost my lucky purple shorts. Can somebody help me find them?" And they're in Marnie's room. But it's like you need to have 2 hearts or more with Marnie to enter her room. So, you know, like, depending on how you're playing things, you might not be able to get to that for a hot minute. So, but there's no point in turning it down, because it'll just sit in your inventory or in your journal until you finish it. So, I found a spring onion! Woohoo! A single spring onion. There's just the one. It's fine. But now I am definitely down here just looking for forageables, because I'm learning. I'm a ding ding and need to keep them on hand. At least for now. So in the vanilla version of the game, when you reach level 10 of farming, you unlock the auto grabber. And the original idea in the vanilla version of the game is that you put it in a coop, say with like chickens, right? And it collects the eggs for you every morning. So you go into the coop and the eggs are all in the auto grabber. There is a mod that I have called the Deluxe Auto Grabber. And I was kind of saying something about this last episode. Based on how the file looks in my mods folder, I'm pretty sure it's being maintained by someone other than the original mod author now. But again, if you look it up on Nexus, I'm pretty sure it still exists. And if the updated version doesn't exist, then I'm in the wrong notepad. Go me. Pretty Valley, please. Spring. I think the spring onion. I gotta search it. It's down a little bit. But what it does is it lets me set an auto grabber anywhere in the world. So I usually put mine right here, right in this spot. And it collects everything from the world. So it collects all the forageables, it'll collect your crops, it'll do all kinds of crazy stuff. And then I, stop having to worry about it. But getting there does take level 10 farming. It is considered to be like a later game sort of thing. And the way you level up your farming skill is either by interacting with your animals. Is Robin not here? Where in the world? Woman! Here, Caroline, Harvey, and Maru. Oh, she's still on my farm. That's what's going on. I'm out here yelling at her, being like, where in the world are you? You're still on my farm building that chicken coop I asked you for. Go figure. So I'll just keep that in my inventory for now. But, yeah. I completely lost my train of thought, and I don't remember what I was talking about, so... Farming! The only ways to... Hey, ghostfish! The only ways to level up your farming are essentially to either harvest crops, which I feel like is, understandable, or to... Sorry, taking the ghostfish off my list. You either need to harvest crops, or you need to interact with animals. So that's picking up their things, or like milking cows and things like that, and what have you. So like vanilla, those are the ways that you level up your farming skill, and it takes a lot. You guys can see that with my EXP stuff, I have reached, barely over level 1 of farming. And that was from harvesting 15 parsnips, but each successive level gets harder and harder because you need more and more EXP to kind of, do the thing. I'm after a stonefish. Come on, buddy. You're in here somewhere, and I will find you. So getting to level 10 farming isn't easy to begin with. I think I usually don't get there until I have, like, 3 or 4 coops up and running. So I think the reward of the Deluxe Grabber being able to, harvest all the things, is actually a pretty nice end reward. Rice, bait, Mr. Stonefish. Come on now, where are you? Geode. That. Ghostfish restore a surprising amount of energy. Which, it's ghostfish because they live in the caves. So they're, pale and not used to sunlight. Pull out 2 ghostfish. Nama 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 eat ghostfish. Yeah, that restores a surprising amount of energy. I'm also sitting here, like, staring at my energy and my health and, like, why are they so low? Right, because I'm used to them being, so much, so much higher, because in my other play, I'm such late game. So it's like, great. Come on. I swear, if I max out and get to, like, level 10 fishing, just trying to find this hecking, stonefish, I'm gonna laugh. Because that means that I will... There you are, buddy. That means I'd be able to go after the legendary fish that spawns in the, springtime. Yeah, it's actually called the Legend. Spring, level 10, and it needs to be a rainy day, but it's whatever. Starting in the summer, I can actually, starting next season, the summer, I can start going after the fish because the summer fish only requires fishing level 5. So it's the spring fish that requires, like, full-on, like, fishing level 10, which I guess I can, kind of understand. They want you to spend the spring getting your way up to the summer one and then build back around. Because even though I know a lot of what I'm doing, I've been playing this game for a very long time. So I know a lot of what I'm doing, I know a lot of my preferences and things like that. But even still, like, this game is not meant to be, completed within your first year of playing. It's not even meant to be fully completed within your first 2 years. It really is meant to, take a while. I'm just a weird speedster. I'm actually gonna check the calendar. My brain is like, somebody's birthday? Nope. It's because I saw Haley and hers on the 14th. Oh, we're gonna get the Egg Festival before that. The Egg Festival's fun. The Egg Festival's not, horrendous, honestly. So, we're just gonna grab that real quick. That's gonna be in a couple of days. Pull out one ghost fish. Sell the rest of these ghosty fish. Then we're gonna run in here and stash everything to the best of our abilities. Tink. Stash the rest of this over here. We're gonna go donate that amphibian fossil, because we can. Because the more stuff we donate to the museum, the better. So we're gonna go and get that done as well. So, and then we'll sleep. And we are actually breezing through this week. And I think the first week of Stardew Valley does tend to take a while. And that's just because you've got so much happening. There's so much introduction. There's all the cutscenes happening. You know, all that kind of insanity going on. So I can kind of understand why it takes some time. So if we're lucky, we might be able to breeze through more in a stream than I'm thinking. This is the amphibian fossil, which I'm just going to stick here. And I'm going to go to my notes. Woohoo! Because this notepad for now is enormous. It contains so many things. And, you know, it'll get easier as I slowly take stuff off of it and kind of whittle it down. It'll be easier to find things, what have you, so... yeah, we're just gonna make a run for home. And then I think tomorrow Robin should be done with the coop. So if she is, I'm gonna check my stores of stone. And check how much the silos cost. I think they're only like 100 gold. They really don't cost that much. Again, it's just this kind of weird thing about the clay. Where, like, in vanilla you can't buy it, you have to find it, and it's a little difficult to find. Ooh, cork bobber and the treasure hunter. Oh yeah, for level 7 fishing. So it just kind of baffles me that they don't, you know, sell it in Robin's shop. Apparently a thing, but I got a mod for that, so you know what? We'll deal with that. That's been dealt with. I got a mod for that. And it's just gonna load, because it's calculating the grass, journal updated, raising animals. And like I said, I think this, yeah, it's this. There's so much nonsense open. Yeah, silos only cost 100. So the 100 gold that they give you as the quest reward is enough to cover the cost of the silo, which is bonkers to me. Yep, it's gonna be clear and sunny tomorrow because the festival's on. Whoop whoop! I got mail. Dear Sigil, tomorrow we're holding the Egg Festival in the town square. You should arrive between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. if you'd like to attend. You wouldn't want to miss the annual egg hunt. Mayor Lewis. So, yep, that's get mail about that too. Which, one of the things that I again, I love Stardew Valley. This is a game that I absolutely enjoy playing. Let me actually check my Steam real quick, because I think I've got, yeah, I have over 2,000 hours in this game. I've played this game a lot. But one of the things that always kind of got me was that, yeah, the festivals are a little bit boring. And there's no, like, that's the thing, is there's no good way to put that, right? They're boring. The Egg Festival is a festival that you go to, you have the egg hunt, it's, you know, it's super cute, it's whatever. That's really all there is to it. There's nothing else to the festival except the egg hunt. And of course, I'm trying to use the wrong tool for the tree. And even then, like, the first year that you do the egg hunt, right? If I go in this year and I win, I get a special prize. I get the hat. And if I go back and I win next year, all I get is some money. Oh, Tim is here. Hi, Tim. Oh my goodness. That's alright, that's unexpected. I know I had put this up as, like, an event in my Discord server, because I was like, you know, yeah, like, whatever, but I was not expecting people to show up. So. Yeah, this is like 90% me talking to myself, and sometimes to the chat, so, you know what chat there is. I just spotted the green flashy banner I must follow. I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's fair. You know, hey, if it works, right? So, yeah, hello, welcome to, I'm just chilling with Stardew Valley, and talking about the game, and whatever else comes into my head. And it's, you know, it's a whole thing. I'm also just, you know, not doing anything in particular. Clearing out bits of my farm, because it's a nightmare. I have already gotten my pet. The pet comes a lot earlier than I thought it would. I honestly kind of forgot that you get it within the first week. So I have a cat, and her name is Leah. And I cannot rename her, which is a little bit sad. I know! I know! It was one of those weird, like, I added that as the incentive because, again, I forgot that you get that so early. It's like, oh, right, yes, that's, poor Mr. Squigglebutt. I mean, if you want, there's a chance, I'm gonna get other animals. So this is the cat. This is the cat who's just currently being a loaf on the floor over here. But I am eventually gonna get other animals. Chickens, cows, pigs, you know, all that good and cool stuff. So you can name those, because those I can actually rename, which to me is a very cool feature. So even if I already bought them, you know, whatever, they can still be named by people. So that's a thing if you want. Haley's birthday is not until the day after the Egg Festival. Oh my god. Forcing me into a divorce. Oh my gosh. On one hand, yes. On the other hand, that's gonna be awful. Yeah, right now nobody's donated for anything. So my romance of choice is going to be Sebastian, and I guess I'm gonna have to marry him, and then Tim's gonna pay to get me a divorce. What is happening? Tim's gonna force me to get a divorce and get rid of the kids that I have. That's alrighty. Sure. We're gonna grab a silo and build that. Because that's what I came out here today to do, is grab the silo, stick it here. Yeah, because she's not going to work on it tomorrow because it's the festival, so she's going to start working on it on the 14th. So we'll just keep going. Because once I have the silo, I can actually, you know, feed my animals, which is a whole thing. So, but yeah, y'all heard it. Tim's out here to be a monster and destroy me. Sighing. Throw that in there, and we're just gonna grab some sleep. Ooh! Ooh, I get the tappers. Ooh, tappers are nice. That's actually a thing I'm going to get started early on now that I've unlocked the tappers. Whoa. That's a noise. That's a donation noise, isn't it? Since I haven't actually had anybody do that yet. Yep, there it goes. Stardew Valley donation, Mary Leah. Alright, alright. Alright, I see you, Tim. Alright, well now I gotta figure out how to schmooze Leah. Let's see. What is Leah's ifs? Oh god, goat cheese, poppy seed muffin, salad, stir-fried truffle, vegetable medley, and what? Woman! Woman, you are gonna be a pain, aren't you? Okay, she likes daffodils and dandelions. I can get behind that. Okay. Sent first donation, evil, off to go run D&D, good luck. Yeah, you're absolutely evil. You're gonna force me to schmooze. So you're gonna force me to marry somebody of your choosing and then donate later to force me to get a divorce. Okay. You know what? Hey. Well, I was gonna say difficult, not so much because it looks like her liked gifts, which, you know what? I'll go with it. Are a lot of the stuff you can find in the spring and foraging, and even like the driftwood, which I guess makes sense because she's a sculptor. So yeah, the mushrooms, chanterelle, common mushroom, ginger, hazelnut, holly, leek, magma cat, morel, snow yams. Okay, well, you know what? It's a good thing I've been saving a bunch of shit. So I can't give her anything today because it's the Heckin' Festival. But all right, that'll be a thing starting tomorrow. She's actually easier than Sebastian because Sebastian's gifts are like stuff from deeper in the mines. So you actually made my job easier, Tim. Which I don't think was the intention, but you know what? Hey, whatever. So it's the festival. It's not going to let us go into town, but I do want to get a little deeper in the mines. So we're going to run through the back end. Difficult at start, I guess. Yeah, her loved gifts, there's no way I'm getting. But I can get her liked gifts pretty easily. It's a start. There's a thing here. Hey, ooh, some coal. Oh, right, I wanted to return Robin's axe yesterday, and then I forgot to. Gosh darn it. I was even staring at my inventory while I bought the coal that goes with it. Yep, that's me in a nutshell. But yeah, I can use the back way to get into the mountains, to get to the mines, so we can do a little bit of this before the Egg Festival starts. Game's making it easy on me. Hey, gimme. Thank you. So, but I mean, yeah, you know what? If you want to spend your money to have me marry the person of your choice, and then spend money later to have me divorce them, or get rid of any children we have together, then, you know, hey. I'll take it. The Dwarf Scrolls. Which are the artifacts that I guess a lot of people have trouble with? So I've heard. I know there's been times when it's like, oh, I'm missing, like, one. But if you're chasing the Monster Slayer goals, they're actually usually pretty easy to find. So, you know, get through the mines first, do what I do, go to the bottom, just make it all the way to the bottom, and then start, chasing the Monster Slayer goals, and you'll find almost everything eventually. Like I said, in the one playthrough that I have that I'm taking screenshots of for another project, it's so funny because I'm missing the trilobite, and it's like, yeah, you can get it from the one place in Ginger Island. There's like a bone graveyard place situation thing. Oh, yeah, lots of copper and the ladder. You can get it from there. You can get it from the beach. You know, you can get it from like XYZ. And it's like, okay, yes, but like I've been trying. I've been trying for over a month IRL. It's been like a year in game now. To like try to find this hecking trilobite, and I can't. And it's the only thing I haven't donated to the museum. It's like, oh, game, you're just trolling me now. Um, one of the other mods that I have is the artifacts in geodes. So it puts most of the artifacts in the Omni geodes that you get from the late stages of the dungeon. But of course, you know, just like the trilobite is not among those, so it gets very annoying. Hello, red mushroom. Yep, exotic foraging and the dye board. Which, of course, anytime I see the exotic foraging, my brain turns to the Five Nights at Freddy's exotic butters joke. And I'm like, no, stop. A yam for the full crops. Wait, I can't actually do those from here, can I? No. I don't think I can. Yeah. There's a mod that lets you place stuff like from that menu into the bundles, but I don't have it. And like I was talking earlier about with you know, modding and like, you know, you do you, whatever. It's not that I dislike that mod or anything, it's just that personally, you know, I can run back to the community center. That's fine. But for people who would forget or, you know, just find it for ease of accessibility, or, you know, whatever your reasons are that are absolutely none of my business, I'm glad that mod exists. Because I'm sure whoever made it, like, a lot of the things that I find with mods, one of the things that I find particularly interesting is that a lot of people who make them because either it's helpful to them or it's something that they wish was in the game, just in general. That's like the big part of modders, right? The skipping the fishing minigame that I have. I know that was said at one point by the modder that the reason they added it is because the way the fishing minigame works, they find it incredibly difficult, and so they find that they don't want to fish, but with fishing being such an integral part of the game, you know, there's an achievement for it, you get a star drop for catching all the fish, fish are used in a lot of the recipes, so you kind of miss out if you can't catch them, things like that. Like, they basically said that, yeah, the reason they made it is because to them, fishing as it currently exists is inaccessible to them, and they know that other people kind of feel the same way, so they wanted to do something about that and make it so that fishing was more accessible overall. And, you know, I'm kind of in the same boat. I do find the fishing as it stands to be extremely frustrating. I can do it, but I don't like it. And I do find that, you know, once I hit a certain threshold, I stop entirely, because I don't want to deal with it. So I can kind of understand where that person's coming from. And I'm glad that mod exists. Oh, is there no chest here? I'm disappointed. Alrighty. Oh! God damn it. Okay, these are also levels that I'm going to just speed run the absolute heck out of. Because number one, I hate that I cannot see anything in here. I'm sorry if it's dark and you guys can't see anything either. Believe me, it's not any better on my end. But the monsters in here are also just a royal pain in the rear. We didn't run into any there, but you'll see eventually. They're like rock pile golems, and they're such a pain. These things. Which, oh, goodness. Thanks to the Neptune's glaive, I did take those down pretty easily. But if I wasn't lucky enough to have that, those things have killed me more times than I care to. Like, absolutely, they've just murdered me. So I don't like dealing with them if I don't have to. Like, this is 10 levels of the mines that I will absolutely speedrun, and I just hate them. Hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them. Heck, we're low on food. Well, low on health. Okay, so I'm gonna toss the mushroom for a moment, because it's just gonna sit there. Eat this bug steak. Get me some energy back. Nom nom. So I can keep going. Because if I can just nerf clear the next couple of levels, then I'll be happy. Where is it? I heard it. Yeah! God, I hate those things so much. I absolutely cannot stand them. That's Nope, come here. Take these because I've cleared this area. Because, yeah, I don't have a glow ring yet either. I haven't been fortunate enough to find one. Alright, we'll clear out the rest of those later. But yeah, I have not been fortunate enough to find a glow ring yet, and I don't think I can craft one yet. I can craft the sturdy ring. That's about it. I might be able to buy a glow ring, but I don't want to spend my money on that. So just I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with half of this half the time. Like, are you kidding me right now? And there's a lot of stuff I can't do today because of the festival. I can't turn in the yam and the mushroom, what have you. But I'll keep them in my inventory. We'll deal with them tomorrow. And in accordance with the donation, we shall just start schmoozing Leah tomorrow as well. Which might actually be difficult. Sebastian is hard because he only leaves his room at certain intervals. And I know what those intervals are because he's my go-to marriage. I'm actually gonna have to check Leah. I'm actually gonna check Leah's schedule real quick. Spring! Rainy day, Friday, Saturday, Monday, normal schedule. 9 a.m. sculpts in her cottage, 12 walks to the edge of the river near the island southwest of her cottage. Okay. Because I think, and the keyword there is, I think, until I get 2 hearts with her, I don't think I can enter her cottage. So I think I do have to wait for her to leave. Which is... Oops, taste festival being set up back later. So now we just get to wait. But yeah, I don't think I can go into her cottage until I have at least 2 hearts with her. It's kind of like Sebastian's can't go into his room until you have 2 hearts with him, so you just kind of have to wait for him to leave. And it's like, oh no. Oh no. Alright, Egg Festival time. So I'll start by saying that yes, Pierre's shop is here. This was a thing that was added recently, I think either with or very shortly before or after the Ginger Island, right around Ginger Island. Pierre's always had a shop here at the Egg Festival, but now he's got shops at the other festivals. So there are things you can buy. The plush bunny it's just a plush bunny. The pastel, these are all decorative. the important thing here is the strawberry seeds. But, if you'll notice, we're halfway through spring. And these are going to take 8 days to mature. So in the first year, at least as far as I can, at least as far as like my preferences go, there's no reason to buy the strawberry seeds. Because I can't plant them again until the next spring. But strawberries are not used in anything, as far as like the community center bundles go. So the best thing that I can do right now with my money is wait until next year's spring festival, buy the first batch of strawberry seeds that I need, and then go from there. So I'm not going to pick those up this year. So there's people kind of hanging out. Hello, Leah! The fruit punch is unusually good. Well, you're gonna be my wife soon. So you know what? Hey, I'm all for that. But it's really funny how at festivals like this you can tell the dynamic of the villagers. Because there's Alex and Haley over here. Sebastian, Abigail, and Sam down here. Leah's hanging out with Elliot. Emily is hanging out with Jody. God, villager brain. Penny and Maru with Vincent and Jazz. You know, like, you can see kind of the dynamic between the different villagers that are just kind of hanging out together. And I think that's really cute. One of my favorite things, honestly, too. So, Mary Sebastian get kids. If you come down to the festival, any of your kids that are the walking age, they'll, like, run around down here next to Sebastian, which I think is really cute. So I guess if I have kids with Leah, they'll probably run around over here somewhere. Maybe? I don't know. We might get to see, but we might also not get to see. We'll see if the kids actually get that old, and if we get to a spring festival before Tim forces me to get rid of them. Anyway, you think everyone's ready for the egg hunt yet? Yes, let's start. It's time for the egg hunt! It's time for the highlight of today's festivities, the annual spring egg hunt! Woohoo! Calm down now, kiddos. You're going to need all your energy if you hope to find the most eggs and take home the exclusive prize. Ba, ba, ba. Now, is everyone ready? Let the egg hunt begin! So there are a lot of strategies that you'll see just posted kind of in places online. Mine is to just head in a direction and start looking. And as long as you don't run into things and aren't, like, stuck on stuff all the time, you'll usually find enough to win. Here. And the ones that have kind of the big, hullabaloo to get to them, like, don't bother with. Like the one behind the mayor's house. Because I did see that there was one there. That's not worth going after, in my opinion. It takes too much to get back there and too much to get out, and that's too much effort for one egg. So just grab kind of the quick ones that you see. Like that. Because I know one of the tricks that I saw was to, like, spiral outward. And it's like, Wow, look at all these eggs. Now, if only I could get you kids to pick up litter this efficiently, we'd have the cleanest town this side of the Gem Sea. And now, the winner of this year's egg hunt should be me. Sigil! Woo! I did it! So here's your prize. Enjoy. Well, that's it for this year's egg festival. Thanks for coming, everyone. So I got the straw hat. Which honestly to me, like, isn't even... I don't consider this a good gift. It doesn't look good. I don't like the way the hats look. But there is very little I can do about that except dump it in a chest and get some sleep. So, Yeah, the only thing I use the hats for, again, with a more recent update, we got the aquariums, which I think are super cool. And you can put sea urchins in the aquarium. They're a gathering thing that you can pick up on the beach. And if you drop hats into the aquarium, the sea urchins will wear the little hats, and it's so cute. It's gonna be clear and sunny. And today I'm learning coleslaw, envisioning bland amounts of limp cabbage. You're not alone. But a great coleslaw can be so much more. Make sure you have juicy fresh cabbage. Toss with a little vinegar and mayonnaise, and you're all set. Ah, that's crisp. I mean, there's more to coleslaw than that, but you know, hey, I get they gotta be expedient. Um, but yeah, the sea urchins will wear the hats, and it's so adorable. And I'm pretty sure it's based on the there was a viral thing a while back. In the wild, sea urchins will cover themselves. And what am I doing? I'm gonna take these to the center, and then I'm gonna take that down there. Robin, can I give this to her from the? You know, we're gonna go check it out. But there was a thing about sea urchins and like how in the wild they'll put a cover on themselves, to keep the sun out. Under construction. Nope, can't get this to her. And there was an aquarium, and the guy like 3D printed tiny hats for them. And like put them in the thing, and they were actually wearing them. And it was just the most adorable thing I have ever seen. So I was like, yes. So when I learned that you could basically have an aquarium, put sea urchins in there, and they will wear the tiny hats, I was so happy. Like, it's a silly little thing, but I appreciate the touch, you know. So, yeah. So yeah, that's the one of the... Green algae. Okay, yes, I've got that shade. If I actually run back, I can catch him before he goes to Jojo Mart and get that to him. Or no, he doesn't go to Jojo on Sundays, I don't think. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in a hot minute. But yeah, like it's such a simplistic and kind of silly little thing, but like it's a cute touch that means a lot, honestly. Okay, so we've got this green algae for Shane. Oh heck, it's Haley's birthday in it. Gosh darn it! Like, this is Stardew Valley in a nutshell. It's like it seems so cute and innocent, and then you realize there's like 50 billion things going on in any given day that you have to like try to manage, and it's just so much back and forth. But I think that's one of the things I love about it, is like it's not what you're expecting out of a game that looks so cute and simplistic. So let's see. Ew, it smells. Yeah, look at that. Why is it locked? I want to explore the sewers. Kiddo, no you do not! I think Gunther has the key. Ugh. Professor Gunther, the man who runs the museum? Why do you think he has it? I saw a big rusty old key fall out of his pocket one time. A creepy sewer door like this has just got to be a match for a big old rusty key. Squishy, squishy, squishy! Ghost noises! Ah! There's something moving around in there. Kiddos. And then additional ghost noises, which apparently scared me and the kids. And that's a cute little bit of foreshadowing, honestly, because yes, Gunther does have the key. If you donate, I think it's a specific amount of artifacts to the museum, then he gives it to you. Let's give you this. You brought me the item I asked for. I really appreciate it. Here's your payment, as promised. It's only 45 gold, but it gets me up with him just a tiny bit, so I am full and willing for that. Leah should be awake, so let's see if I'm right about this. It's locked. I cannot go in there right now. Which means I have to wait for noon for her to leave the cottage and go meandering around. Which is like, on one hand, yes, but on the other hand, it's like, really? Because Leah, Elliot, and Sebastian are like the worst ones. Because they stay inside. Excuse me. Grab some water real quick. But yeah, it's because they stay inside and they like don't go anywhere, and it's like, come on now. Their schedules are so. I'll put you in exotic foraging. Yeah, yam is the fall crops bubble. So here. And then I gotta go donate the dwarven scroll to the museum. And yeah, just based on what time it is right now, I think we can tackle another week. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I know I had said in the first episode that I might like, leave it at a week per video, but I feel like we can tackle another one. That's fine. Oh heck. I actually forget which scroll this is off the top of my head. That's the first one. Okay. Dwarf Scroll 1. Comes off my list. Oops. There it is. Donate this. Put it. Put it. There we go. And I think we're just gonna go back to the mines. The mines are halfway decent money, kinda. Getting to the bottom of them is obviously a thing. Clearing out the Monster Slayer goals, what have you, and we'll save clearing my farm. Excuse me. We'll do clearing the farm, clearing as needed when new buildings need to get put in. Because I feel like that's a good way to go about it. Let me just stick this here. Leah likes the pretty much anything. So we got a bunch of dandelions. We'll just use this. And she leaves her cottage at noon? Oh heck, where's her schedule? Noon. Walks to the edge of the river islands left of her cottage. Okay. So if I can swing down there real quick, I can catch her right as she's coming out of her cottage and give her the gift. Oh, I forgot about Haley again. There is so much going on. It's like, oh no. Is that Leah? That's Leah. Hello, my darling. If you hear any banging from inside my hut, it's probably just me working on one of my sculptures. Oh, this is a really nice gift. Thank you. Yes, Leah. I've talked to you today, and I've given you a gift. And then we're going to look at Haley.